Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Jungle is Massive podcast. I am Thomas Williams.
I'm Jack Maynard.
And I am Dan Masters.
And today in this podcast, you two, we're going to talk about drunk stories.
That we
Whoa.
are.
And a few other bits too that will be involved. But first, Dan, would you like to start off with the word of the week?
I would love to start off with the word of the week, Thomas. And the word
brilliant.
of this week is thin.
Thin.
I'd like to get thin.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, lockdown's put on the pounds. You know?
Yeah, mate. Mine got heavy.
It's been tough for us all, really.
Yeah, it has
mate.
been. Me and Thomas have started running.
Yeah.
We have.
Yeah, 4 times a week.
I've been going on walks now. I've been, changing my repertoire because normally it was just curry and pizza when I was eating meals.
Yeah, mate.
But now I've only have pizza when it's like I can't be arsed.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I've not had a curry in weeks.
Mate, it's a step in the right direction. I'm proud of all of us, We're all making that improvement. Yeah. Big up all of us, especially since we're still in lockdown.
Getting that summer body ready for
absolutely.
June 21st.
June 21st.
Oh,
bring it on.
Wait, we're sick. These transitions are coming so naturally now. Come on, we're so good.
True podcaster. Spoken like a true podcaster.
Exactly.
Yeah, mate.
So, how does everyone feel about pubs, clubs reopening on June 21st?
Yes! Come on! Sorry,
I'm not a
whoever edited
scientist, so I don't know how safe it is, to be honest. I'll probably avoid clubs for a little bit.
Yeah.
But saying that, there's a student night coming up 2 days after, so
Yes.
my morals may go out of the window because I'm just so desperate for it.
Absolutely. We've been deprived. I think even I think tomorrow is marks a year we've been last time we went clubbing.
Yeah.
It is kind of mental.
It will be, yeah.
Yeah, which I just find absolutely bonkers. But I don't know. I feel like with it opening June 21st, we'll have a good idea of how things are going to be. Hopefully it doesn't revert. But at that point, I feel we'll be able to gauge whether it's safe to go or not. That's my take on it.
The thing is, I think what people are expecting clubs and pubs to be like what they used to be like without any restrictions.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to have clubs open, but you still got to keep
Well,
it 2 metre
they
distance.
said
yeah, definitely.
They said all social restrictions gone. They're out.
Yeah, you can travel to wherever the fuck you like as well.
I'll probably still wear a mask in shops and whatnot.
Yeah, I think that will be around for a few years.
Imagine if you had to wear a mask in a club.
You couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it.
I'd be sweating buckets, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, in Australia, because they've not got vaccines at gigs, at least they've got barriers up, so it's not like you're stuck in a pen. You're stuck in a row with other people, with so many other people. So it's not totally it's still the same environment,
yeah,
but you can't do mosh pits and whatnot. It's always you're at the front of the gig every single time because you've got a barrier in front of you.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. That's not for me. I want it if things do come back on June 21st. I want it to be as normal as possible back in 2019.
Well, the thing is they've not got the cases, but they've not got the vaccine.
Also very true, but that's their problem,
But they said they promised that all adults will have the vaccine by July. Now, like I said, we're no scientists.
Apparently,
we're no
over a third of adults have already been vaccinated.
There we are.
Damn.
So it might even be before then.
Maybe.
Hopefully, would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, you'd really, really hope.
They're moving on to the over 40s now, aren't they? Apparently.
I don't know.
No, to be fair, I've not been keeping up with it. I just want to get it in my arm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I keep an eye on it just because it's good to know and it's good to have an idea. And it's just every single time it's we've reached our target or we've beat our target.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
So it's always good news. What's the first thing you're going to do June 21st?
Do you know what? The first thing I'm going to do is probably wake up.
Yeah.
That's, you woke up
Great
June
start,
21st.
mate. Yeah.
And probably not go to any pubs because they're going to be packed and you're not going to be able to get in. I know it's a Monday, June 21st, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's out the window, mate. That Monday is going to feel like a Saturday.
Let's talk about it idealistically, right?
Right, idealistically, right. Wake up, get on the can straight away. A couple of Carlins, it's
Liquid
June.
breakfast.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's June, it's going to be hot. I get in my shit shirt and I stand outside and I breathe the shit Lincoln air in with a can in hand, sunnies on, sunbathe until 1 o'clock.
Yep.
Straight down the boozer.
Absolutely.
Yes. Get the pints in, do a pub crawl, then it gets to about 9 o'clock and it's a bit early, but I want to get in the line for the clubs, right?
Yeah.
You get in, piss till 4 a.m, go to some randoms after, just
if it's going,
some randoms after, just, skank in a kitchen for about 4 hours, 8 a.m. rolls round, and that's it.
Rinse and repeat for about 2 months.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Done.
Realistically, you'll reach about 3 p.m, you'll peak, and that's it. You'll go to bed at 5.
Yeah, because you're not going to be ready for it.
You're not going to be ready, mate. Our bodies are so healthy. You know, we've not been doing this. You know, so like it's gonna be it's such a different experience. But fucking ready for it. You know?
Like we were, sadly, Dan, you were here at the weekend, but me and Thomas lapped up the 10 degrees weather,
mate,
and just sat in the sun. And
I suffered from it because at the shop I work at, people decided, you know what, we need some garden furniture.
Yeah, mate.
We've got a taste of the sun. It was probably the busiest weekend I've worked in a long time.
Mate, I'm not surprised. Everyone got the deck chairs out. Like we got any chairs we could find in the house, put them outside, and just got peppered, mate. Or I did anyway.
Then we sat on top of a hill and looked at the sunset.
Must be nice.
Yeah, me and Thomas played Star Wars. You know, when Luke Skywalker looks.
Oh yeah,
As it was quite romantic.
It was. And then the girls ruined it with Lion King. I was like, turn it off.
That's a sunrise.
Anyway. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sunrise
it's
anyway.
Wrong moment.
Stupid. But no, for me, I feel like I'm even though it's such a stereotype for lots to do that, I feel like it would be like I'm going to get up, go to the pub, and just have a cracking time.
It's a write-off. That day's a write-off.
That week is a write-off, mate. I don't know what you're on about. It's going to be boozer, wake up, Mackey's, repeat. It's going to be that. I'm sorry.
It's going to be costly.
But that is it. I'm saving the pennies now because fucking it's coming. It's coming like a fucking brick shit.
You better believe that throughout as soon as uni's out the way, I'm going to be working loads up until June 21st.
Yeah.
In which I'm going to then say, I need to be on basic hours. I can't be doing. I can't go back to my 12-hour a week.
God no.
Part-time everything.
You work the weekends as well. You can't be having that, mate. That's a cardinal sin.
I think it should be a bank holiday.
Should really, shouldn't it?
Should be a bank holiday.
Have you seen that Boris's birthday is 2 days before June 21st?
Well,
June 19th.
If I was Prime Minister, I would do exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, mate.
He did it last time, didn't he?
I think he did.
He's something like that, yeah. What a legend, honestly. He can't wait for his pints too. I'll go for a pint with Boris, mate. Fuck yeah.
I wonder what it's going to do to the essential shops and whatnot. Will they be empty? Will people be going to non-essentials just to...
Mate, you best find me in Paper Chase, mate. I'm gonna buy all sorts of shit just because it's open. I'm sick of going to Tesco's every other day.
What's the first shop you're gonna go to though?
Primark.
Yeah, you'll have to Primark, mate. Get like a shit shirt, shit shorts, shit sunnies, shit hat if they've got any. I'll just buy a new outfit and just vibe. I'll spend £6 on it.
But non-essential shops will be open much before, like.
That's actually true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because the last thing that open is just travel and clubs.
Yeah.
Realistically, I mean, when's beer gardens open? Is that April 12th? Am I right saying that? Something like that. April, May, something. I think pubs are open in May or something. Like it is.
Maybe we'll have to use beer gardens as like a taster of what we can get later.
Exactly. Yeah. Like this is like a snippet. Like,
but it'll be like you have to book it and like you have to sit like.
Like when we did our pub crawl on Route York, we had to book every place.
Everything.
And
was in advance.
we had to get a table at Pizza Express.
After
our mate Ed, basically, he was like, "Oh, the next pub we're going into, you can't book for it, but it's full. We can't get in." And we went around loads of different pubs, and no one would let us in. We went to Pizza Express. Went, no, sorry, we're only taking bookings.
Yeah.
So our mate Ed drafted up like some shit emails, some like and showed them, look, we've got an email for you saying we've got a booking, and then obviously they couldn't do anything. They just said, "Oh yeah, we'll let you in. Fine." Like, it's customer service and all that.
Customer service, yeah. Got to keep them happy.
The sat us outside went, "Oh, well, we'll just get a pint. We'll just get a couple of pints." But no, you've got to order food. Sorry. I'm like, oh. So Ed and Matty both got 2 large pizzas and each. I think there were 6 of us. And a drink each, and that cost them £56.
It was not worth it.
It was not worth it. That pint tasted great, but not £56 worth.
No, absolutely
that was
not.
Insane. Like big up them two. I mean, because I think they both just like halved it.
I think they
pulled it off.
Yeah, but fair enough. But I'm surprised Ed was like, big up you, Ed, honestly. But I'm surprised he wrote an email as he stood there, pissed as a fart, and they just believed it. Like I couldn't do that, mate.
No.
I'd be like, let us in. Look, it's the email.
I would have just said like, look, let's just go somewhere else. There's loads of places around here.
Yeah, mate.
Like,
so big up.
Like this guy who was at the door was like being quite adamant, like, no, sorry, we can't let you in. But Ed was having none of it. He was just like, no, I've got an email, let us in.
Let us in. And lo and behold, that was a tragic state of affair, wasn't it? Like, we got peppered.
Like, we were in bed by 10.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah,
we
were
hammered.
Really,
yeah, I was done. I was done out there. Like, we dressed up.
I think it's just because we didn't eat for so long.
Yeah.
Well, I think because we had a route, because in most pub crawls, like, you would have a route, and I think at the halfway point, like 6 out of 12 pubs, the 6th pub out of the 12 pubs was going to be Spoons, but it just so happened that the 9th pub, because we only could do 9, was Spoons, and that's when we finally got food.
Because the queue was so long.
The queue was wham. It was a nice day. Everyone was out. Everyone was doing the exact same thing as us, essentially.
And
so
we hadn't eaten since lunch.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't even really get a taste of that pizza either. Like, it was gone by them two, which is fair enough, but we were just peppered by the time.
We pretty much gave in. You had a couple of nosebleeds. It was all...
I think collectively I had 4.
Yeah.
I had 4 nosebleeds. So the second pub, this was sort of like a tragic time. We went to, I can't remember what the pub was called, to be honest.
I can't remember the name of it. I can remember the name of the drink.
Yeah, I do as well, mate. It scarred me. A proper good local. It was really tiny and that, but they let us all in because we had a reservation and that. And they had like written down all these drinks that they just do, and one of them was called Yorkshire Blackout, and we all just was like, lads, like let's get this.
A fun name.
It's cheap as fuck. I think it was like £3.70 for a pint or something. It was like, yeah, fuck it, we'll get that. And I think we had to slam it because I was like the last person to drink it, and the rule was if you're the last person with the drink, you've got to finish whatever's left in that glass.
Yeah.
I was downed it, I'll slam it back.
Held your nose specifically.
I held my nose specifically for it because it was disgusting. And then I came back from drinking it, and my eye just started bleeding profusely.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
You were holding it too hard, mate.
Yeah. I held my nose too hard. And my nose is my weak point, because when I was younger, I fell on it, and now every time now I was getting nosebleeds so easy. But throughout that night, I'd slam a drink, and then I'd just have another nosebleed. It was a tragic look. And I had blood all over me. People probably thought I was in fights, but in reality, I just can't handle a drink. That's all it was.
I remember I spent... maybe a good half an hour in the pub before Spoons. I spent half an hour in the toilets trying to... Was it an inflatable sheet? I spent half an hour in these toilets trying to
like the condom machine, trying to buy an inflatable sheet.
And I kept going to like the bar going, love, I need a change for this £1. I need to buy that inflatable sheep. And she went, oh yeah. And she, I went back to the bar about 3 or 4 times. She went, you do realise that machine doesn't work? Well, you could have told me.
But you probably did, mate. You were just wankered.
Probably.
You do not understand. I want this sheep and I want to
I think it was kind of my fault because I bigged you up about it and just let you suffer.
Like after you did work the first time, you're like, oh, it's a lost cause and you fucked off. But no, I spent ages in that toilet.
You were determined. I remember you just
been
gone for ages, mate. You were just fucking trying to get this sheep, but alas, you came out with no sheep and you were gutted, mate.
I just wanted to drink my dark fruits.
Yeah, drink your darkies in peace, mate, honestly. Yeah. I remember that when we got to Spoons, obviously we all got our food, but it was all peppered, still getting drinks and that. And I remember Matty telling me afterwards, like, he went to the bar to get another round of drinks, and the woman was like, yeah, that's fine, but after these drinks you need to leave. And he was like, oh, why? And then she's like, yo, mate, it's a peppered. He turns around, he sees me having my 4th nosebleed. You filming me have that nosebleed. I think you and Ed were like pretty much passed out, and Mike fucked off somewhere. And it was like, yeah, we're gonna have these and go.
It was a fair assessment, really, weren't it?
Yeah, mate. Honestly, I walked home with no shoes on. I slept in the bathtub for half the night. I woke up because like Chinese water torture because I had the drip thing going on my head from the bath, and I was like, I got up, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be sick, and then I was sick, and all I could hear, because Maynard was in the room next to me, all I could hear from Maynard was, oh, just get it all out, lad. Just get it all out. And I was sick profusely, and then I was like, Maynard, can you move up? And he shifted, and I slept with you.
I think the thing is, the place that we stayed that night was quite cursed, because
it's a curse.
It was all mates, Ed, student flat, but it was between going from 2nd year to 3rd year, and he ended up deferring a year.
He didn't move into
He didn't move in, but he had the keys for about a month, and then after he deferred, he gave the keys back. So we went into this like not brand new but proper dingy house, no
hadn't been moved into.
No, wasn't lived in at all.
No bedding on, limited furnishing. No, like just nothing, and we literally just had to bring blankets and cushions and just go to our own, like, use our own devices.
Yeah.
And after Thomas was sick, he kind of went, Jack, can I get in the bed with you? I said, you were fine.
Fine. You shifted up. I was like, thanks, man. Oh, it's a lie as well. I had 5 nosebleeds because then I came back into Ed's gaff and had a nosebleed on his carpet, on his that rug.
Whilst we were waiting for Maynard to go get Mackies as well.
Yeah.
I vividly remember as well, in that toilet downstairs, you had to sit on it sideways.
You did.
Because the sink was right in front of it.
Yeah, it was a weird gaff.
Couldn't fit your feet in front of it.
No.
I miss things like that.
That's what we live for. I know that sounds really, like, immature and that, but like it's just such a good laugh, especially since we've been so deprived of it in such a prime age for partying.
What do you guys miss the most about it though?
About what, like
just
drinking?
Like before times, before COVID will hit, we could go out drinking with our mates.
I think just seeing everyone, seeing your mates, and not having to worry about COVID and all this sort of shit.
You really take it for granted, don't you?
You really do.
And the sad reality is, once things do go back after a month, we will just take it for granted again.
Yeah,
it's just how things work. It's a given, unfortunately, but that's what I miss.
Yeah, I took it for advantage in summer. I went to the beach. Like, I did stuff that you shouldn't have done. Like, I'll admit that. But I went to the pub. I went to the beach, and I was with my mates again. I was like, right, this is it. This is the end. This is the end of COVID.
Things are looking up.
Fucking September, October goes round. Kids are back at school, and that's it.
We're all back in.
Cases of 50,000 a day. Like, what a stinker it was. What a howler. Yeah.
How do we let this happen?
Yeah, but we made up for it. We had a couple of room crawls, and it was all right.
We did.
And speaking of room crawls, the first one, I don't know if you lads remember. I almost don't, to be honest. I got fucking peppered,
You did, mate.
I got
one of the
too drunk
shortest
beyond
room
belief.
crawls we've had, I think.
It was because I think we got to the 5th room. I think we had 6 planned initially. Oh, no, wait. No, Ellie's room was the last one. My girlfriend.
Yeah.
We got to the last room, and you were just totally out of it. Me and her just put you to bed.
No, man, put me to bed as well. It was you two.
We undressed him and put him to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I kept fucking coming up to make sure that you were all right.
Yeah. On that video.
I brought you water, and I came upstairs, and I was like, "You're right, Thomas. You're right. Oh, done, my Lord and Saviour."
I kept calling you my Lord and Saviour because you kept bringing me water and making sure I was all right.
Getting you food and whatnot.
Because usually, I will admit, like me, you, Dan, we're quite good with our drink usually. But that first room crawl, like I was just so ready to just get absolutely hammered. I had a litre of vodka. Got to my room. We had that little shitty Jenga set. And I put drill on, when I should have put some other music on, I put some really hard drill on.
And you just died, basically.
Yeah, I died in my chair. Like, I was sat there, I tried to pull a piece out, it'd fall over. I think we played it 3 times, and every time it got to me, I lost. Because I just couldn't physically get it out. And then, I think I got dragged up the steps to my missus' room, as the final room, and I think it was like Snakes and Ladders, or like her version of it.
Yeah, I think it was,
And I just slumped
I think because we were just all so out of it, and... Also, we all had about 2 rooms because we really took it.
Oh,
because we went
rooms,
bathroom. We did even the bathrooms and the landing and whatnot.
Bathrooms, we did living room, we did both landings, we did the snug. We did every room in the house we could. And
an activity in each. It was like 10, 12 rooms, I want to say.
I think
10 rooms.
I think it was 10 all in all because one of our flatmates wasn't here. But I was baffled when you told me like we played FIFA that night. I do not remember. I was like, we played FIFA.
FIFA 04.
FIFA 04 on the PS2. Like, I'm good. I didn't remember it because what a vibe. But yeah, we just had so many affairs like that over lockdown because obviously
we were self-isolating then. It wasn't even lockdown.
Yeah, we were self-isolating. Yeah, like it wasn't full.
We could still go to the pub and whatnot.
Yeah,
but
I think it's students for us. I think like we're just. Well, no, we were. Yeah, we were in isolation, weren't we?
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
But then even before we were in isolation, like we still didn't go to the pubs, and I kind of regret that now. We kind of went, oh yeah, we don't need to go. Like we'll go next week.
Got time.
And then eventually one of our flatmates came back and she was positive, and that was
false positive at most. And
that was
all we think anyway. So
and then after that, because I think it might have been one of the lateral flow tests. You get quick results, but they're not always accurate.
Yeah,
which is like it's good for like when you need a quick result.
Yeah,
but when like it's what the uni offers us, and you have to take 2 of them, so you make sure there's not a false positive.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, so I think we did start to take it for granted to a point where we couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Again, do we reckon that this next lockdown will be like this next freedom moment will result in a lockdown anyway?
Oh, it's really on the fence.
I don't think we'll have another lockdown like a full. Because
they say it's irreversible.
The thing is, at this point, this lockdown is a shambles within itself. Because you get, in Leeds, people in Hyde Park. There was like when we were having drinks in the garden. Yeah. Those people in Hyde Park in Leeds, just on the hills, it was just covered with people.
Yeah.
So
fuck us. We don't really listen.
I'll admit, like at this point, I think the general public are just sick of it.
They are, yeah.
We were sick of it in the first one. Yeah. Like it was always been a problem in this country because we are quite stubborn. We like the sun, we like our drinks, like, and God forbid when they're put together, like we really want to get out there, especially now. Like, don't get me wrong, like I feel like it's a funny one because Boris has said like he's definitely hinted at a fourth lockdown. So
he has said that this has to be irreversible.
Yeah, it has to be for the economy
almost.
Have
to be irreversible.
Yeah,
because like, well, will we listen if there's another one?
I really, especially over summer, you can bun that. Like, I don't think anyone's going to listen. So, I'm hoping, and I'm quite confident, I should say, really, that I don't think we will go into another one. Or if we do, it'll be very minor.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. Like, I could be jinxing all this. Like, come podcast number 15,
the big change is the vaccine.
Yes,
really.
absolutely.
And the most vaccinated country is Israel. So who knows when it comes round if like it will actually help us out, because it has helped them out.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like, it's helped them out massively. So hopefully it's the same for us.
Absolutely, yeah. But again, we'll have to see. We can't predict the future. We're mere media students, boys. We have no idea.
We're not specialists.
No, man.
Don't take what we say literally.
Or a bunch of dum-dums sat with 3 mics chatting shit.
Absolutely.
Like, there's yeah.
So, it's been a while since I've gotten, like, blackout drunk.
Yeah.
I've not really had a messy night recently.
I mean, I have with getting drunk.
Well, yeah, but can you remember? Actually, to be fair, the messiest I've gotten recently is when you gave me raspberry vodka shot.
Yeah, mate.
And it's the first time I've nearly vomited in so long.
Mate, I was so close.
Because
you're
giving me that raspberry vodka and I was in the top. I was being sick and I just remember going, Milos, let me in! Like, banging on the door, let me in! I'm going to be sick.
And I started retching over the toilet and I was like, you know what? I reckon I'm alright.
I'll be alright. And he came up to me and was like, that's the closest I've been to being sick.
Yeah, it's been ages. The first and only time I've ever vomited on a night out was I was 16. I was in Mallorca, right?
Wow, best place to be sick, man.
My mum and my dad had sorted out this like big holiday with a load of like their like family friends and whatnot. There were 14 kids and there were 14 adults, and I was the youngest out of all the kids.
Right.
Basically, so like I was like 16.
Yeah.
At the time, so like we have people who were in their mid-20s. We'd have people who were like, but anyways, all sort of like mix of people. And we got like free wristbands going to this club, like free entry as long as it's before a certain time. You know, the usual stuff.
The
usual stuff you get.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, when we decided, you know what, let's go check it out. Got some euros off my parents. Got in the queue. Started like just sort of like, you know, like waiting. They put me first.
Oh, you first.
You were the
16. They were like, look, damn, if you don't get in,
we're not going in.
Your brother's not getting in.
Yeah.
He was 17 at the time, and like a bunch of other people would not be getting in. So no ID on my person. I go up. The bouncer sat down. He is not stood up. Sat down, cutting off all the wristbands.
Yep.
Looks me dead in the eyes. I pull my arm out to have my wristband cut off.
Yep.
Without even looking, just keeping locked eyes on me.
Oh.
Cuts it off and just gestures for me to like get in the lift to go up. And I was like,
"Thank you, sorry, sir, thank you." Yeah,
but
I'd
anyways,
be fucking shit myself.
And then like I just wanted a pint at the time because there was a little bit of a bar area as well. So I asked for a San Miguel.
Lovely choice.
But I don't get a San Miguel.
Oh.
I get a Sambuca.
Yes! Our friend Sammy, come on.
my big old mate Samuel Bucha.
Bucha, mate.
So this is my first meeting with Samuel Bucha.
Oh.
And I do my brother's just like egging me on like, oh, go on, do it. Go on. Yeah. And so I do the shot, and I'm not sure if I must have had more drinks, because a Sambuca shot would not send me that far.
No. You'd hope not.
You'd hope not, yeah. But it sent me to weird places. Like I was very drunk afterwards, and I remember just beneath the club, because it's on like this top floor of like this multi-level complex.
Oh yeah.
There was this kebab shop.
Yeah.
That was showing like Spanish soap operas.
Classic, yeah.
And I remember just stood there watching them, and I was like, I'm gonna have doner kebab.
Yes.
And I got a doner kebab. Right. Started eating it. I was like, it's alright, you know, this. And I start walking down like the street, get back to my hotel.
Were you by yourself? Or?
No, I was with other people.
And
the next thing I remember, I'm lying down by a street sign.
Oh, damn, no. You bottled it, mate.
Just fucking vomiting on the floor, just around this street sign. Donnie, you're right. Yeah. But I got up, no hangover at all. My brother, however, was pretty much out for the count
in the bin
for the entire day.
Fuck.
And he vomited the next morning. But I was there up at 9 o'clock.
Yep.
Sunbathing. You know.
Yeah,
Trooper, mate.
The thing is, when you're that young, you'll have a night out and you wake up this morning, you feel fine.
You feel fine.
And
The only
really?
bad thing was that some German kid shat in the pool.
Oh, mate, left a turtle in the pool.
So,
Fucking what geezer.
That happened 3 times on that holiday.
What, someone shat in the pool 3 times?
Some kid shat in the pool 3 times.
Mate.
I think it was the same kid.
It must have been. Dropping some doses in there, mate.
Well,
terrible.
Talk about holidays, and I've never been on a lad's holiday. I've never done anything like that. But when I was just turned 18, I'd gone on a holiday to Turkey. Now, Turkey was a weird holiday.
Yeah.
But I got drunk every night. I think this is just before me going to uni. So I didn't really. I was just get sloshed every night. Just drink as much as I can. Getting up 4 o'clock in the morning and be a disappointment to my mum.
Brilliant.
And then I remember when you're on holiday, you make friends. We were only a small group of people, and I made friends with all these different 30-year-olds, 20-year-olds, and just all these different people.
Yeah.
And I remember one of my friends, she had gone missing that night, and I knew exactly where she was. So what I decided to do was I decided to run around the entire hotel, because it was kind of like a holiday resort.
Yeah.
There was swimming pools, there was different blocks. I was running around this holiday resort at 5 o'clock in the morning in my boxers and a white t-shirt.
God.
Just fucking no shoes on. Just where is she? I need to find her. Because her sister's texting me, oh, do you know where she is? I'm I need to find her. So I'm running around this hotel, but just in my boxers, I can't find her anywhere. Absolutely shit-faced.
Peppered,
I found her, took her back to her hotel room and just wandered back, just it's fine. I grabbed the bottle of water on my way back and went to bed.
Fair enough,
mate. That's hard to do it. I have a very similar experience, almost to you, Dan, but the roles are swapped almost here. So I went on holiday with my parents and my brother. It was just us 4, and we was having a great old time. And me being me, I think this was the transition from first to second year, so I just turned 19 or something. I was like, right, Ryan, mate, sorry, Ryan, for the story. Ryan, mate, we're off out on the boozer, and he's not, my brother, bless him, he's not massive on drinking, he's like, it's whatever. And I thought, nah, we're off out. So I kind of forced him to go out, and we went to all these different, bars now. In foreign countries, the drinks usually are cheap as fuck anyway.
Yeah.
So we were getting cheap shots on, a giant thing, mixer drink, and it was only, €5 or something. So we were going to, bar after bar, drinking, and then we ended up meeting these 2 other people, it was a couple or something. We just went around drinking with them, was having a great old time and that. And then we get to the final pub or bar, before we wanted to go to this club, which is right next to it. And my brother says, I'm off for a piss. I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine, whatever. I'm not thinking much of it because I'm hammered, I'm having a great time. Thinking, right, my brother's been gone for a long time. Right, I'm going to go check where he is. I'll tell him, all right, I'm off to go see where Ryan is. Go to the toilet, and there's this man yelling at him that works there because Ryan somehow had thrown up on the toilet. So instead of throwing up in it, he threw up around it, and this guy's shouting at him in a foreign language, so I don't really know what he says. Well, what's going on? And then he starts shouting at me, and Ryan's lying next to the sink like, oh, I'm really sorry, lad, I've bottled it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, Ryan, you donut, what are you doing? So I get on my hands and knees and get the toilet paper, and I'm wiping up all this shit, because I'm an absolute trooper, just wiping it all up. And then the guy kind of was like, yeah, that's good enough. I'm like, right, I'm getting Ryan out of here, because he's wanking. I'm going to say to the couple, right, we're off, because look at him, he's a mess. And then it gets to a point, because I'm hammered, I can't carry him anymore, because he's slumping about like this. He's not okay. So I start rolling him up the street, which is probably making it feel loads worse. As stop spinning me, lad, stop spinning me. I'm like, Ryan, we need to go home. Mum and Dad are going to be fuming. And then I stopped him, right, you're not going anywhere. And he's absolutely wankered, so I cave in. I'm like, I need to ring Dad. So I ring Big Papa, and he's like, where are you? It's fucking 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, Ryan's drunk. I'm drunk, and he won't get up. And he's like, right, I've transferred you some money, go get him some water. So I go get him some water, and I pour it in his face, then give him some. And then he finally musters up the courage to go back. But, he was just such a mess after that, bless him. But, again, he got the brunt of it, though, because he woke up with the worst hangover. I woke up feeling alright, 9 a.m, had a full English breakfast and cracked up in a tinny, and my day had begun then again for the same thing to happen. It's just weird stories like that.
That's just reminded me, actually, of when I went on a lad's holiday to Bulgaria.
Oh no.
Classic country, Bulgaria. Everything's basically half price.
Yeah.
And the beer is cheaper than the Coke, like Coca-Cola.
Fuck yeah.
So, you could get these 2-litre big bottles of, their own brewed beer, and it would cost, €2.
Oh,
fuck. Oh, no, it was Lev. It was Lev, sorry. So, one Lev is equal to, £2.
Oh,
no, sorry. £1 is equal to 2 levy.
Right.
Fuck
Ooh,
me.
wow.
So everything, if you think of it as like everything is normal, if it were 1-to-1 ratio, everything's normal price.
Yeah.
But it's not. So, but yeah. So everything is half price.
Yeah, everything's technically half in that sense. Fuck me.
So we were at this like bar, and they like set fire to your drinks with aerosol cans. It was really weird.
Okay.
And there was just this guy who looked a bit like Hagrid doing a DJ set.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So we were just drinking these Long Island iced teas, you know. And also in
Jesus.
Bulgaria, like you don't have to pay for entry to most places.
Yeah.
But you have to pay to use the toilets.
Really?
Yeah, you have to. And there's always like old Eastern European people just sat outside with like just with change as well. For you to spend like 1 lev to go use the toilet.
Oh yeah, they know what they're doing.
The amount of times you probably go for a toilet on a night out, they probably earn
Yeah,
more money.
That's actually it's actually almost quite clever, and you're always going to be willing. Yeah, of course, and you're always going to pay up.
Like it's just 50p really, isn't it?
Technically, yeah, for us. So.
And also, if you get caught pissing out in public, you get fined like 30 quid.
Oh, yeah, so you
which
definitely
you'd
got to
rather
pay
not
up.
do anyway. So you just pay up anyway.
Pay a penny, yeah.
But anyways, so we were in this bar and whatnot. We were basically just intending to get like absolutely pissed. It was the weekend.
Proper
we were loving
trolleys, yeah.
And my mate Jacob decides, you know what, I'm gonna just go around scalping drinks with the intent to spike himself.
Oh, what? Why? Why do that, mate? He's put himself out.
So
for
he's
the
off
rest of the
doing
holiday.
that. And whilst this is all happening, like it's a pretty dirty night out. It's like this nice beach bar. I turn to my left.
Right.
Guess what I see?
Go on.
Just have a wild guess, right?
Wild guess.
It's the last thing you'd expect in a bar like this.
Your mum's there.
Not quite.
Oh, well.
I don't know.
Go on.
Go on.
A tsunami.
Nah.
It's a beach bar. You never know.
So,
Fucking tsunami!
I look to my left at these booths, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the booth is a Japanese family.
Oh.
What, like kids and that?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. What are they doing there, then?
It's like midnight, and like, there's
Vibing.
this middle-aged Japanese man with glasses and like a DSLR camera, and they've just got this massive like fishbowl drink.
What, with the
For the
kids?
I don't know.
Mate, those parents are sick, mate. Fucking get me on that.
And then eventually they just disappeared and left half the fishbowl, so we had that.
So you took the fishbowl. I mean, that's the only right thing to do. Well, maybe not, but you know what I mean.
I mean, and those fish bowls only cost like £2.
Yeah, they're not expensive.
No, to be
They're
fair.
cheap. They're very, very cheap.
Mental stuff, though.
Yeah.
But I think I've probably been the most blackout drunk out of us three.
Well, yeah.
Like you two.
You get black eyes whenever you drink.
Oh yeah, like
You do,
I'll be
mate.
sick, and when I'm sick, I strain so much I'll get black eyes, and literally I get blackout drunk. And you two can handle your drink way better than me. I'm not great at handling my drink. I'll be perfectly honest. Like I can get drunk pretty quickly, but then I can also black out very quickly. There's always that fine line.
The fine line between that, yeah.
But I think the most recently, the worst I've been blackout is I went to go visit my mate Matty in Leicester.
Yeah.
And I think I planned to meet you out in Leicester.
Yeah,
that
you
night as well.
had a plan to meet me at Mosh, big up Mosh.
Because Matty goes to De Montfort University, and I went to go visit him for the weekend. We chilled, and we were like, right, on the Saturday night we'll get absolutely shit faced.
Yeah.
And I've had bad relations with Russian Standard in the past, even before
I've
this.
had
night.
bad relations with Russian
I think you
Standard
can't
in
go
the
wrong,
past.
but you two have had your experiences.
Well,
Thomas,
It's-
I've never had a night out go well on Russian Standard.
I've had
No.
plenty where it goes great, mate. But that's just where we differ.
Russian Standard for me is the nicest vodka, but
Yeah.
I always have the worst. Like I didn't make. I'll be honest, I didn't make it out that night. I had a full bottle of vodka, and I was texting my girlfriend. Usually I don't go a couple of hours without texting, but as she explains it, 2 hours went by how I didn't text her, and she was getting quite worried. And then she received a phone call off me. I think it was like 10:30 or 11 o'clock, just before we were about to go for the
so
clubs.
not even midnight.
No, me crying on Matty's bathroom floor because I missed her so much, and I was in such a state. I wasn't in the bathroom by myself. Went, oh, Ellen, Matthew's here with me, and Matty's just in the background going, Ellen. and then Ellen's like, right, pass the phone to Matty, and she's just like, right, is he all right? And she goes, yeah, he's fine. I'll look after him. He's all good. And she goes, right, just keep an eye on him. Anyway, Matty ends up getting me to his bed, and I lay on his bed, and I'm still on the phone to Ellen. I'm on the phone to Ellen for a few hours, and them lot are now getting ready to go out and everything like that. And I just remember, right, lads, I'm coming out. That's it. I've plucked up the courage to go out. Right, I'm going out. I take one stand up and I fall straight to the floor. And I go, and Ellen can just hear me in the back going, I've fallen! And Matty comes rushing. He goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Oh, Matty, I've fallen over." I don't know what to do. And Ellen's on the phone going, "Is he all right? Is he all right?" And Matty's like, "Yeah, he's fine." And I just conk out. That's it. And I wake up the next morning. I'm not feeling too bad. That's it. I've slept off. I get in the shower. I'm like, showers. I get sick straight away. That's it. And I'm coming back to Lincoln that day as well. And I'm thinking, I feel fucking rough.
Yeah, mate.
Anyway, we go downstairs, and Matty goes, "Have you seen how much he drank? How much? You know the big bottles Russian Standard?
Yeah. A litre?
1.5 litre, I think.
Whoa.
Matty shows me this bottle. He goes, "You've drank all of it." And I'm thinking,
how the fuck?
No, you're having me on. I should have my stomach pumped.
Yeah, mate.
And he goes, "Are you all right?" And then I'm like, I look at the bottle and I dart for the back door. I open the back door. I'm just sick.
It's like PTSD.
I'm literally just sick. Honestly, going, I'm so sorry. He goes, "No, it's fine. I'll clean it when we get back." And we literally had to leave for my train straight away, and I'm having to stop like every 100 yards. Just give me a minute.
Fucking hell.
I don't feel good. I'm shaking. I get a meal deal from Tesco's, I get on the train, and I don't open my eyes. I just literally curl up in a ball, coat on me, and I'm like, I'm not opening my eyes until the announcer says we're arriving in Lincoln.
How the fuck do you ball it that hard at pre? Why did you drink so much?
The thing is, I think it was nerves, because when I drink with new people, I get quite nervous, so I'll either not drink at all, or I'll just drink too much.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the same as that, but not to that extent.
No, and it was just meeting new people, really, because I hadn't really spoken to his flatmates all weekend. I just got nervous, and I just got absolutely shit-faced. I ended up being good friends with them, so...
Well, there you go. I mean, it worked out in the end. You made friends with them, so...
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you fully bottled it.
You fully did.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about that. I'll admit that now.
Yeah.
I mean, the only time I've gotten blackout drunk, I was at my mate's flat in first year.
Oh, yeah.
And I was I had this little bottle of Southern Comfort, only a little bottle.
Yeah.
And I don't really like Southern Comfort.
No,
my brother had
bought
it for Christmas.
Yeah.
For me. And so I was just leisurely drinking on that, this will do me for a night.
Bereat.
And I remember I was given some K cider.
K ciders are sick, mate. Yeah. They're so strong.
It's like 8% cider.
Like 7.8% ciders.
It's like you pay like £5 and you get a 4-pack of it.
Ooh. And the big tins as well. Yeah.
Used to do me for prees back in first year when I was money conscious. But so I had some of them as well, and then because I kept drinking loads and I was running out, like my mate's flatmate brings me these 2 bottles of wine.
Oh, damn.
Half drunk, straws already in them.
Straw pedo in them. Yeah.
So I was just like, oh yeah, I'll do this.
No, that's just a mistake.
Go on, then.
If he's wine drunk, he's such a different drunk.
Different breed entirely.
So there I am, down in these bottles of wine, essentially.
Yeah.
And I remember having fleeting memories of just little moments, and I just remember going into the club beer keller.
Yeah.
Standing on one of the benches, realised that I am absolutely off my nut. And cannot stand on this bench for too long. I just turn to my mate and say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go home."
Yeah.
And I can't remember anything from what happened, but apparently I rang up my girlfriend.
Oh no.
And she tried to help direct me home. I was fine. I would have made my way home anyway. But I just ended up continually professing my love to her.
As you do.
But her mum was on speaker as well.
Oh no! Damn, what are you doing?
So at that point, I don't remember any of that.
Yeah.
No.
This to me, totally cannot remember a single second after I left that club.
Yep.
And then the next thing I know, I'm butt naked in my bed.
Yeah.
I think my door was still open. My room door was still open.
Your poor flatmates could probably caught wind of your cheeks, mate.
And everything I just had on my person was strewn across the floor, and a load of my cards from my wallet were just at the door to the flat.
You just opened the door.
They must have fallen out or something. I don't know what happened. I've not gotten that bad in a long time. I haven't really touched wine since.
I don't blame you. I always love though when you get to the point of blackout drunk, you always realise when it's too late.
Yeah.
You always realise you have a moment of I'm too fucked. I had that when I did the room crawl. I was like, I'm too fucked, but I can't go back now.
No.
It's
Point of no return, isn't it?
Yeah. The only time I've not had that is when me and my missus went out, and you've had this before as well, where we went to a club called Home, and one of our flatmates used to work there.
Yeah.
And when she did, she was like, we went to the bar. We weren't too drunk, we were merry, I would say.
Yeah.
And she was like, we've got this drink in that you've got to ask for, like, specifically, because they don't advertise it.
Yeah.
And it's called Tiki Fire.
Oh, yes.
And I think a bottle of Tiki Fire is either 75 or 85%.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
You're not
It is a lot.
really supposed to have it. It's £5 for a shot. Which is hefty, but you think you just need one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll go from, sure, we're not that peppered, why not? The last thing I remember is slamming that back and then wake up in a bed. I do not remember anything else. I wake up like, Ellie, what happened? I was freaking out. I was like, what? I'm naked. I'm in bed. I'm like, my socks are still on. I was like, what's happened here then? But then because I think I showed you, I didn't show you, I told you about it, then we had that.
We
but
had
I think
some, yeah.
I managed it better then, but like, fuck me.
That still sent me places.
That still sent me places,
The
yeah.
only thing I can remember after doing that Tiki Fire was singing Robbie Williams' Angels at USA Chicken.
Yeah, mate, yeah.
Fucking serenading the people working there.
Yeah, mate, as they're getting your fucking garlic, fucking mayo
Cheesy
chips,
chips
yeah,
or
cheesy
whatever.
chips, yeah.
Well, for me, it would have been a pizza, but
Yeah. But yeah, fucking alcohol, man, sends you places.
It does.
Especially when you know it's too late.
Yeah.
Fucking woof.
It's all well and good, like getting overly drunk. And
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
But I've got a couple of stories from when I wasn't even that drunk, but they're just funny stories
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay.
So I went to visit my mate in Swansea about a year and a bit ago.
Yeah.
All right.
And so, like, we drove down. It was a 3-hour drive to go there. He goes to uni there.
Yeah.
And it was one of the coldest days of the year so far.
Oof.
And we had to stay in... It's all these, like, loads of terraced houses on a hill. So the downstairs living room didn't have any windows.
Oh,
And that's where we were staying. It looked like we were in Osama bin Laden's cave.
right. Okay. Good depiction.
Right.
It was like... I think it was the night of the... It would have been the second Logan Paul and KSI fight.
Oh,
Right, okay.
yeah.
So we were in there. We were just sort of like chilling, whatnot.
Yeah.
And we decided, you know what, let's go out. So
Fuck
we
yeah.
have prees, go out, hit the town, hit Swansea, have a decent night out, all things considered. And then there came a point where some of us, like 3 of us, decided, you know what, let's head out. Let's go back to the house and whatnot.
Yeah.
So we go to Mackey's, we get a bit of food, we head out, and we're just like, right, let's walk back.
Yeah.
Our stupid drunken selves totally forgot that none of us had a key.
Oh, damn.
So, and the house is right near the seafront.
Yeah.
And you know when you're near the seafront, it's always a bit colder.
It is
It's
cold.
fucking
It's
windy
the sea
as fuck.
air.
It's the sea air.
So it was windy, it was cold. I had a really thin jacket on,
Oh, mate. Rookie moves all around.
Mistake
Like,
right
and
yeah.
it was awful. We were just sat there freezing our tits off, like, can you come over, please?
Yeah,
But it was a half an hour walk from the actual thing.
Oh.
But fortunately,
Yeah.
one of the other housemates had come back early as well.
Yeah.
But just like a little bit after us. So
Yeah.
we managed to get that in, but we were just freezing our asses off. Like,
Yeah.
not even a booze jacket can help
No.
that.
Nah, mate. I say I have sympathy for you, but mate, rookie moves all in all. Thin jacket, no
Yeah,
key.
did it
What
all-
you doing? Yeah, what you doing?
Like,
Played myself really, didn't I?
yeah.
Like I've been freezing on out before because I think it was January time and it was someone's 18th birthday and we said right we'll have a it was more friends of friends that I got invited to.
Yeah.
And we got there around 8 o'clock in January. That is pitch black dark.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
And the
freezing
pie,
as well.
well.
the pie was in her back garden. She had a massive gazebo up and like everything, and it was freezing cold. And she
Yep.
went, right, Pete, if you want to stay, you can sleep in tents. We got there at 8 o'clock at night trying to pitch up a tent in pitch black.
Oof.
We put this. I'll put it for the YouTube viewers. I'll send a picture and I'll put it on screen.
Yeah.
But this tent was not put up properly.
Oh,
And I
God.
remember, like, one of the compartments was up halfway, and the main compartment where like you walk in, that was just not working. Literally, it was more like a cover. That part.
Mate. fucking hell.
I remember just shivering in my sleeping bag. I remember I had to get my mate Mike to put me to bed because I was like, Mike, I can't get in the tent. I need you to hold it up. So I'm getting practically smothered by this tent. I'm freezing cold.
Yeah.
I remember waking up like at maybe 3 o'clock in the morning with 2 people in my tent which I've never met before. And they were just like, oh yeah, sorry, we just needed a place to sleep and this was the only tent that was available. I'm like, oh no, that's fine. And then
Clearly not being available.
yeah, exactly.
No.
And my other mate ends up joining not too long after. So there's like 4 of us in this tent, and we just end up bullying one of my the mate that just came in. We just take the piss out of him for like the rest of the morning.
Vibe.
I get up and I'm literally probably frostbitten everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm fucking freezing.
Mate,
Quick route to hypothermia. Just don't go camping in January.
Exactly, mate. That kind of reminds me of when you said like random people just were like slept next to you. Do you remember that time when us three went to Dudley again? Big up Dudley, had a house party before COVID, and we had all stayed there because obviously we came from Lincoln and we had nowhere else to go really, and we were just partying, and then we all crashed in his couch. And me and you kind of wake up on the couch, and then there's someone in between us.
Yeah.
that you'd never met.
It wasn't
I know
me,
who he
I
was.
was on the floor.
It wasn't that Dan conked out on the floor. I thought it was you at first, and then
No, because I remember him like he was kind of like laying on my legs. I'm thinking, oh, can you get
Fuck
the
off.
fuck off, mate? I remember rolling over and he's not done. Like, what do I do?
Who's this?
Who is
Yeah,
this?
'cause we both shoot each other looks. I know who he was very vaguely. You had no idea who he was. I was like, when the fuck did he curl up with us? What was he doing here? And like we kind of like get up, but he doesn't respond on me. He's dead. That's his own problem now.
Like
But
we start cleaning up and helping. He's just laying on the couch, just gone.
fully conked out. Yeah, I just remembered that because you said that about that story then. But it was just a funny old time, I'd like to say.
I'll tell you what.
What?
Yep.
There was one night, like, thinking of, like, clubs and whatnot. I wasn't drunk this night.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it involves, like, drunk people and whatnot. So, we made this big plan that I was going to be, like, designated driver to try and save us a bit of money in going into Leicester. Because normally it's, like, 40 quid for a taxi home.
Right.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, right, we'll park somewhere and I'll drive us. I just won't drink.
Fair enough.
So I'm sat there in Spoons with all like refillable coffee machine,
Oh mate, that's a low.
just still going for it,
Yeah.
and
Trying to get smashed off caffeine.
basically
Yeah.
like trying to get a caffeine high or
Yeah.
something. So I'm just drinking like cappuccinos, lattes, and at one point I just pour 5 espressos into it.
Jesus Christ, Dan, what are you doing?
So I then just drank all of that. So I'm basically bouncing off the walls.
You bounce off the
I'm
walls,
ready
mate.
to go to a club and whatnot. And this was when some of my mates were 18, some of them were 17.
Oh.
And the ones who were 17 were using fake or borrowed IDs.
Naughty.
Naughty.
So one of my mates doesn't get let in to the club.
Shocker.
And me, being the good friend, was like, oh, that's all right. I'm not drunk. I'll get you home. We've got my car. It'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Safe.
And so, like, everyone else goes in, and like a couple of my mates get kicked out, but then we get them back in.
Yeah.
Basically.
Fair enough.
And so I drive them home, drop them off, and I'm like, there's no point me going back just to pay the entry fee to only get about an hour in the club.
That's fair enough.
Fair enough.
So I basically laid my head down to try and sleep for like 2 hours, but I couldn't because I was pinging off the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I get up, I drive back, and essentially, like, my mates come out, and one of my mates has picked up a girl,
Oh.
and he's like, "Oh, can we give her a lift home?"
Oh, bore off, mate.
So
Fucking...
I'm like, yeah, go on then.
Oh, you're
Go
a
on."
trooper,
Yeah.
mate. You're a trooper.
So drive this girl home, and then meanwhile, like, they're just getting off in the back seat.
No, thank you. Not on
Stop
my
off for
wagon.
petrol at Asda.
Of course.
Of course,
Yeah.
mate. Needs to be
Needed
done.
to do that,
Yep.
and then like drop her off. Take a really weird route home, and it's like 4 a.m.
Oof.
I'm pissing in a lay-by. I can see the sun coming up. And I just remember thinking, yeah, this is the life.
You're
This is
living your
it.
best life.
This is it.
That was it.
Yeah,
and
mate.
then drove everyone home, and of course, as you should do, debrief at Mackey's the next day.
Yeah, mate.
Of course, you all wake
be
up,
done.
you all meet at Mackey's, that's it.
You chat
Has to be
about
done.
what's happened, and then off you go your separate ways, and you just mong out for a day. But I wasn't hanging
No.
because I'd had caffeine.
Yeah, mate. You just caffeine. You probably just had a bit of a headache.
I did pretty much just struggle to sleep though.
Yeah.
In the morning, it
Yeah.
ruined my sleep schedule for a bit.
Bah. Oh well. What
But
you
yeah,
do?
it's things like that that make me miss clubs, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we all miss, even if the club's a bit of a stinker. Just any club will do. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
What's the dirtiest club you've been to?
Oh, are we naming names or are we just describing it?
I think we can name names.
I'll name a name, mate.
Yeah, I'll name
Because
names.
it was awful.
Go on then.
So, just to give a bit of context, it was in first year. Did you go to this?
I
No.
don't think I
I don't
did.
think you
no,
did.
I've not touched it.
Well, anyway, so someone came over for a prees once, and they told us about this club that's going to be sick. It's got a really sick DJ coming. It's like a drum and bass.
Yeah, because Lincoln
DJ.
doesn't have a massive drum and bass scene.
Yeah.
And like this is like the only night you can really like listen to like drum and bass.
All
jungle,
that
sort of
stuff
music.
like that.
Yeah.
And the tickets are bare. I think that the tickets were like £11 or something. It was
expensive.
really expensive
for a club night. That's
for a
expensive.
club night, especially. Like, it was no like perks or anything. It was just you get in the door. And we was all like, oh fuck yeah, let's go. Like, we all like that sort of music, or a few of us like that sort of music. And then we end up going, and this place is called Basement, right?
Yeah.
And it's called
Classic club name, Basement.
It's called Basement for a reason, Dan. It's because it's in a grungy, sweaty basement.
It is a basement.
It is quite literally a basement. It looked like a cave. Like, it was really like foggy and misty. And that could be the smoke machines as well, but the walls were wet. Like,
It smelled damp.
The plaster was peeling off the walls and everything. It was hot as fuck in there. Like, it was
Jesus.
awful, mate.
The
It was really
toilets
weird.
were unisex toilets.
Unisex toilets as well,
which
yeah.
had holes in the door so you could see if someone was in there
Oh
or not.
my God.
Yeah, mate, it was really, really weird. Drinks were overpriced, as most clubs like
Yeah.
that are. And then I think the person who wanted to see was on for about not 5 minutes, about half an hour.
Yeah.
And I was like, but like, even like trying to see him or this DJ was really weird because it was so cramped and small.
Yeah.
We still had a really good time with it, but it was
Yeah.
such a weird place. We never went back.
Isn't that club not around anymore?
I don't
No.
know.
They've sold the building.
I think they've sold the
They
building.
sold the building.
Or they're
but-
selling the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the process, but I'll never go back. It was
No.
such a weird experience. Too overpriced.
Yeah.
If I was looking for a really cheap, cheap night, I'd go. But
Yeah.
what a weird vibe it was.
But I think the other one. There's always it's the after club. You know,
Yes.
Yeah,
the main club's closed at 3, and this other club's open till like 6
5,
o'clock. And
6,
if you are ready, you go to these clubs. Like I had a mate, Mike. Like he had got off literally as soon as we stepped into the main club. He had got off with a laugh and fucked off. Like that was it.
That was it.
He
He
had
was
gone. I
gone.
didn't see him for the rest of the night. Anyway, he messages me at 4 o'clock in the morning. And goes, where are you? He goes, I'm in the after club. He goes, right, I'll be there in 10. I'm like, fuck me, what is coming back?
He's coming back.
He came back and he was like, right, lads, and he was like, where are you? I was like, I can't tell. And I was like,
Oh,
Jesus.
legend.
And it was just a really strange club because it was 2 different dance floors but on the same floor, both playing different music but had cheap drinks and had stripper poles and shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
the classic. And it's just dingy clubs that just smell and it's just not
It's
great.
not a good place. Is
Yeah,
it?
mate.
Yeah.
I know
Bit
where
simple.
you're on about.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, the worst of all is it's like this. It's more at the
we go.
daytime. It's a pub.
Yep.
Yeah.
The night time, it's a club.
Not a good
So
combo.
they have like a changeover, move all the
Yeah.
tables away, and because I come from like a small town.
Yeah.
It's the only option you have unless you're willing to spend money on a taxi getting out to Leicester. So, like this club, I could not tell you how it looks like from the inside because to enjoy it, you have to be pissed.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Totally pissed as a fart.
Yeah.
And because it's the only place that stays open late in my town, like till 3.
Yeah.
It's not just people like our age, like in their 20s, like late teens. Sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's also 30 and 40-year-olds
Crikey.
and people who have got fake IDs who are still at school.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, the full shebang. Everyone's there. Like, what a fucking gaff.
Yeah, and like there's this unspoken rule, right? Where there's this divide between like this barrier, like a platform thing, where the people who are sort of like younger, like our age sort of thing, go there, and the older people more on the lower sections and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay.
And the toilets are grim.
Classic.
It's just pub toilets for you, though.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Toilets are winning. Yeah. Big
You
grotty.
can see people climbing over the wall in the smoking area to
Yeah.
get in and avoid paying.
Yeah.
Like, it's a grim place. And I didn't even know, after going for it for like a year, that it had a fish tank. I didn't even know that. And I remember telling my mates, like, it's got a fish tank. And everyone was like, nah, you're joking.
No one else
What
knew.
are you talking about?
Yeah.
There's not a fish tank in there. Been there the whole time.
Yeah.
Mate, that's fucking. I'm surprised I've been like smashed up or something by accident.
Well,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I'm quite surprised myself, really. But it reopened when, like, places could reopen, but they had to have seating.
Yeah.
And I looked inside it, like, when it was, like, club sort of hours.
Yeah.
And it was so depressing.
I bet it
Oh,
was.
I can only imagine.
Because they were pretty much playing club tunes and whatnot, had all the lights going.
Yeah.
But it's just a bunch of, like, either 30, 40-year-olds sat at tables and whatnot.
It's just
Oh,
not the same
mate.
vibe, is
It's
it?
just not the same.
vibe.
going in a circle about it, or like you're coming back to it, like it's just different gravy now. Being 2020, 2021, it's just not how it used to be.
Well, we're running out of time now.
We are indeed.
We are.
It's time for the days of the year.
Ooh, what is it this day?
So today, the day this episode is going out, March 6th, is White Chocolate Cheesecake Day.
Oh, that is a vibe. That's naughty.
It's also Dentist's Day.
Stop going. I just brushed my teeth.
Oh,
no. Just brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth. Frozen Food Day.
Wow.
And
fair enough. Yeah, fair reaction to that. Yeah. Wow.
And also Dental Assistants Recognition Week.
So it's Dentist and...
Dental Assistants Recognition Week.
Wow.
So if you're a dental assistant, big up.
Big up.
Big up.
Whoa. Big up.
Big up.
It's also Consumer Protection Week.
So
if you're a consumer and you need protecting, it's your week.
It's your week.
Wear a condom.
It's your time to shine.
Yeah.
Wear a Johnny. Wear a rubber.
Yeah.
Nice one. Be safe.
Well, thank you for listening to this episode of the Jungle is Massive podcast. Bit of a shorter one than usual, but like to mix things up here, don't we?
We
Definitely.
do indeed.
Right, well, I've been Dan Masters.
I've been Jack Maynard.
And I've been Thomas Williams.
And we'll see you all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. In a bit. See you later.